The Coming to America's panel session looked at opportunities and implications, as well as, of course, we know how the industry is challenged every day by fluctuating commodity prices. First up, we heard from the perspective of Wood Mackenzie on the opportunity for growth in deep water.
In general, what you would expect to see is fiscal terms in areas where prospectivity is unproven as yet, up in the top left. So explorers are taking on more geologic risk, and so they would expect, in return for that high risk, they would expect to get a higher share of the PV.
We also heard from Erik Oswald of ExxonMobil. He talked about looking forward to how the Americas will look in the next decade or two, but also about attracting and retaining industry.
The first thing we have to think about are the prerequisites to going out and figuring out whether we have the rocks and fluids that are out there. There's sort of three ideas you have to kind of keep in mind. One is the fiscal terms. Access is a huge one, and then the regulatory framework. And without having those pieces in the right places, it's pretty hard to get people to go invest money to go see if we've got the right rocks and fiscals out there.
Oswald also touched on investing and how he says he looks at it as a long-term commitment, kind of like a marriage.
When an investor goes into a country, it's 30 years. It's a long-term relationship, and so it needs to be beneficial to both parties to keep everybody in that relationship. It is not healthy for the country to have people come and go. Work doesn't happen when people come and go. When people get acreage and then leave the acreage, that's lost revenue for the country. So you need to have a system that, a framework that allows both people to stay engaged and investing and looking out towards the long-term benefit of the resource and hence the resource holder.
Cindy Yeilding, Senior Vice President of BP America, talked about collaborating. Gulf of Mexico Basin, she said, is a collaboration playground.
Globally, the Gulf of Mexico continues to learn from the rest of the world. People move around, they bring ideas from other parts, especially the clastic basins around the world, and we continue to get ideas from West Africa, from the North Sea, from other parts of the Atlantic margin. We try them, some of them work and some of them don't. But certainly geologic concepts coming into the basin, geologic concepts being exported from the US Gulf of Mexico to other parts of the world has really benefited us as a global industry.
Another important topic touched on staying in the Americas. Make sure and follow OTC social media for more coverage ahead as we continue celebrating 50 years at OTC.